you seeing there overtime as that unfolds?
Yeah, I just had some speed and I felt like I could take him wide and was able to get it to the back post and sneak it by him.
Feel like you owed them one after the time shot?
Yeah, you know what? I haven't been shooting the puck lately, so it's nice to get that one in off the head and then kind of felt better.
About the tying goal, what do you see on that one?
You know what? I didn't really see anything. I was just in front of the net, and I think Mitchie put it to net, and I guess it just hit my head. So I'll take it.
What do you come away thinking after a game like that? The second was kind of wild and crazy.
I think all the way up until the end of the second was crazy. I mean, there were a lot of power plays, and so, I mean, not a lot of 5-on-5, and I think we were able to establish our game there at the beginning of the third period.
What do you make of the team's performance overall?
I think there's some things that we can get better at, but I mean, we're not always going to be at the top of our game, so it was good to get the W here tonight.
Talk about Sandy's work tonight.
Yeah, I mean, coming in and making huge saves and helping us get the W, I think. I mean, sometimes the goalies aren't going to feel well, so when the other Tenny comes in and is able to shut the door for us, obviously that helps a lot.
What happened on the celebration there? You go a little too much speed into the boards?
Yeah, a little too fired up.
Ilya, how would you sum up this game and what it was like for you tonight?
And for me and for team, really important win. This game, everybody see after 2-4, what time we lost 2 goals, 3 goals. It doesn't matter for us, and we play really strong today. And a huge win. This is for a mental, for team. Yeah, it's so good.
What did you say about Williams' performance?
Oh, that's unbelievable. This huge 2 goals and overtime. You know, he's a leader. He's scored a lot of goals, every season. Let's just say thank you, congrats. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, he's huge.
What are you thinking when you come in early in the second period?
It's okay. It's just a game. I need both goalies need to get ready for everything. Sometimes injury, sometimes it's not lucky. But I'm okay with this. It's 82 games. It's hard to get concentration for every 82 games. Sometimes we get bad days.
How special for you to beat Florida after the playoffs last year?
I like it play against Florida. This is a strong team. A lot of point shot, good screen goalie. This is my game. I like it doing this. And for me, important win because we lost with the Washington in the playoff first round. It's a huge. It's huge.
Does this seem like a strange game? How would you sum up what it was like to play in?
Yeah, well, I think you said it right. Strange. Not a whole lot of 5-on-5 really in the first 40, but that's kind of just, I guess you got to just get yourself ready for that. A lot of special teams thing. Obviously, we want to do a lot better on our power play, but obviously we came through there at the end of that one and kind of got us going into the third.
You like the jam the team scored and rally like that? Obviously, Mitch was being down for it too, and playing repeated after that.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think we don't got a lot of quit in this locker room. I think a lot of teams probably the same, though. I mean, especially being at home, getting that goal late there in the second on that power play, gave us confidence coming in here, and we knew we had to obviously give our best push, and a lot of 5-on-5, and I thought we really just did that.
What do you say about Willie's third period at overtime?
Yeah, it was good. He's got the reserve tank like I've never seen. He just finds ways out there, especially in overtime when you give him space, just somehow turns on the burners and can make great plays. So, obviously it helped our team win tonight.
What did you see on their shorthanded goal?
Yeah, just, tried to make a play there at the blue line, bounced over my stick. Just knowing as a killer, you're kind of coming out to push that D-man. And, I look back at it, I think I probably had time to stay on my feet and try and just take it to the wall or shoot it back to Murr. But, that's one where you look back at it, you kind of want it back, but tried to make a play over to Willie just to save it. And, when you go down like that, it's kind of a 2-on-0 going down. And, just got to stay on your feet there and make sure you get back.
A couple of times in the game, examples of you guys stepping up for each other. Bunts going in for Auston and Zach for Pierre there. What does that say about the group and sort of cohesiveness?
Yeah, well, I think obviously we're a tight-knit group in here. We want to take care of each other. We want to make sure, we're not trying to be stupid out there and take penalties, but trying to just stick up for one another and be there for each other. And obviously we know we're not a team that's really going to fight a whole lot, but we're going to be a team that gets into stuff together and have 5 guys in it together.
What do you make of how Samsonov had to come in a tricky situation and help you guys pick up the win?
Yeah, it was great. Obviously a couple massive saves, big breakaway save there in the third too, and just came in and just calmed our team down, made some massive saves. It was great to see him just go in there and kind of just take over that game for us.
Just lost in all of this is breaking Daryl Sittler's home point consecutive game record. I don't know if you knew that.
No, not really. You guys are the ones that keep telling me this stuff. But I mean, it's cool. Trying to win hockey games, so I'm not trying to focus on too many just self records or anything like that. Trying to just help this team win games.
Matt, your thoughts on what happened out there with you and with Ilya after?
Oh, I thought Sammy did an unbelievable job coming in cold like that. Made a ton of huge saves for us, and obviously Auston gets a huge goal for us at the end of the second there. Willie has a huge night for us. Pulls out the 2 points. Unbelievable job by everybody.
What were you feeling, Matt, tonight? Did you feel off at all, or just one of those nights where there's some good shots or tough plays?
Yeah, I mean, I just have to be better. That's the bottom line. I think if I come up with a couple of those, obviously it's a much different game. So yeah, I just think I just need to be better.
How'd you feel about the workload? I think that was like your 4th start in 5 games, probably the most you've kind of played in a little while. How do you feel about that going into?
Like I always say, I just prepare myself for when my name's called, and when my name is called, then I go in there and play. If not, then I try to get the most out of the practice time. I focus on what I can control and just try to be ready.
Do you understand Sheldon's decision to take you out?
I do, yeah. I mean, gave the team a huge spark, and like I said, Sammy came in, played unbelievably well, and obviously we were able to turn the game around and get the 2 points. So it's, like I said, again, great job by everybody.
Sheldon mentioned the desire to get you some more starts in this building, just a few bit more games on the road. Just how different of a feel is it, home versus road, for you?
I try to approach every game the same way. Like I said, I don't control, when I get which starts. That's coach's decision. So my job is just to be ready when my name is called.
In terms of the morning skates, what's your approach to that? Obviously, we know that when you start, you don't take that. What's the thought process there?
I just think that it's just another time that you have to recover. So I think I always feel better physically, mentally when I don't skate. Obviously, if we don't practice the day before, I always take the morning skate. So I just think it's it's just an extra time that you need to recover, and it's just something where I feel better when I don't skate.
What are you thinking as William does what he does in overtime there?
Yeah, it was huge. I mean, just heck of a job to battle back, and the game had a little bit of everything. So felt good to get that extra point, and obviously battle back from a couple goals down, and obviously a lot of things that we could probably do better and clean up. But at the end of the day, you're definitely going home happy after this one.
What do you take away from that game? Because the first 2 periods kind of had a bit of a chaotic feel to it.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just you got to kind of go with what the game kind of calls for and make adjustments along the way. And it was just kind of one of those nights. Like I said, game kind of had a little bit of everything, and just kind of had to grind it out.
The opposition seems to like to maul you, and it doesn't often get called. Do you talk to the refs about stuff like that?
I mean, not too often. I mean, I just kind of hope they're seeing what I'm seeing or feeling. But I mean, it is what it is. I'm just going to keep playing, and whatever happens, happens.
Bunting came in to help you in that particular scrum. A lot of that going on, I think, the last few games.
Yeah, I mean, he's the ultimate teammate. Honestly, like he's the guy that's gonna stick up for everybody. It doesn't matter who he's going up against. He's gonna battle and compete, and he's a guy that we're extremely close, and so we really enjoy playing with each other. And I know he's always got my back out there.
Zach too. A lot of guys have been doing a lot of that the last little while. Do you think?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think. I think teams like to play us physical, and I mean that's perfectly fine. I think we're perfectly fine with that. We're a team that wants to play with the puck and possess it, and things will get chippy, and it's hockey. It's the way it goes sometimes, and you just got to play through it.
With Ilya's performance coming in a tough spot.
Yeah, he just came in and made some huge saves for us. Obviously, was just composed. I think we did a little bit of a better job in front of him, I think, but obviously he made some incredible saves tonight too.
How did you see your goal develop there at the end of the second?
I knew we only had 14, 15 seconds left, so just trying to get a quick, drop something quick that we can get it to the net and hopefully convert. And Willie made a really nice pass to me and was able to find a spot.
So, Coach, would you consider that one of the more hotter games that since you've been a head coach here?
We've had some odd moments. I don't know. There's a lot going on in the game for sure. I don't know that I put it at the top of the list necessarily, but certainly there's a lot going on in the game, and happy our guys stuck with it and found a way to get our points.
It seems like a small point now, but any explanation how Liljegren ended up with the penalty that looked like it was going to be on Bennett?
Yeah, I was told that. I don't know if I hit a button here. I don't know what's going on. I was told that they were calling it on Bennett, but the official was later informed that it should have been called on Liljegren first, so they switched it up.
What happened with the slow start? And we'll talk about Ilya obviously coming in and giving you guys a spark.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how slow the start was. Like it's obviously they scored first. I liked our first. I mean, it's when you talk about a start, I don't know what you're referring to. Is it the first period, first 10 minutes, 5 minutes, first shift? Like, I thought we started decently. Well, obviously they scored, and that wasn't good. And then it was power plays are taking over from there, and there wasn't a lot of flow or rhythm to the game. I thought once the game settled down and got to 5-on-5, I thought we actually did a pretty good job at 5-on-5. We didn't give up very much at all. Generated quite a bit. And I thought, especially in the first half, obviously our top players are the top two lines by and large are on the power play all the time, and the other two lines are playing most of the 5-on-5 minutes. And I thought those guys were actually quite good. And we were using them sort of as examples of how we needed to play to get our legs going in the game at even strength. And I thought in the third period everybody was sort of doing that. Obviously Willie's goal to tie the game is, those are just, it's a great play by Mitch, delivers it well, but just go to the dirty areas and get rewarded. So obviously liked how our guys stay with it. Just a huge power play goal for us at the end of the second period, and that's the game changer. We tried to use that to kind of fuel us to have the life and energy to come back here on home ice. And I thought all four lines and all 60 did a good job for us. And of course, Sammy was very solid. Not a lot of action, but some difficult saves in there against very good players, and he was really good.
Obviously the right decision, but just going to why throwing Matt, what you might have said to him afterwards, that sort of thing.
Well, when I break down the goals, obviously like the shorthanded goal against, he makes the save on a breakaway, and there's not a lot he can do or anything he can do really on the second shot. The goal that I ended up pulling him on, it's a big time shot by Barkov. It's just more, for me, I'm more pulling the goaltender for our team. Like they just need to change something. You can't give up 4 goals on 8 shots, no matter how you shake it out. But that was really it. You look at the actual goals and all that. I don't know. I didn't see it. I think any of the goals are too egregious or weak or anything like that. There's some traffic and things involved inside of each of those goals, but clearly we needed to change something. And Sammy went in and did a really good job. And we had a couple of breakdowns, big saves, got the crowd into it, give the guys some life and reason to keep pushing, and we did.
William said he hasn't been shooting enough recently. Where do you see his game at? And just zeroing in on tonight, what did you see from him?
Yeah, I don't think he's been skating enough. I don't think he's been shooting enough. They go hand in hand. He just talks about him being, both things are signs that he's engaged in the game and he's going. I was hoping that power play goal we scored at the end of the second period was really going to give life and energy, to our top 6, in particular the Matthews line, Willie included. So I thought about mixing things up again, but just wanted to give those guys a chance to get going and hope that they could feed off of it. And I thought Willie was really good in the third period, really skating, challenging the net. Obviously the speed that gets him the penalty shot, and then he goes to the net, gets an ugly one, scores, world-class finish on the on the overtime goal, like he was a difference maker for us there, and that's more of the type of player he's been for us all season. Sorry.
What were you seeing to have Camp take the draw in overtime, then pop right off and Matthews come on, like instead of Matthews taking it?
Yeah, it's more like we've been last few overtimes, you know, like we talked about, we've been trying to change things up with Camp and utilizing Camp, and we've been going with 2 defensemen, but I thought, you know, with Brody and Sandin out, I didn't think we had as many options on the back end, so we went with 2 forwards to start. And that wasn't necessarily the plan. I think it was just the read and the timing of it, where Camp just thought it was a good chance to change. It wasn't necessarily, it's not a face-off and get-off type situation. As you can see, he built some speed and was going to get involved in the play initially, but then once it settled, and now we're into the 15, 20-second mark, he's just trying to get Auston out at a time when the opposition's tank's a little bit empty. That's all. That's it. So credit to our guys. They've really listened and bought into some changes and a different approach on our overtime, and it seems to be working well for us. They showed great patience again tonight, and then built a great sequence to get the winning goal.
You've just played 2 or 3 really physical teams. How do you think your club has done in that department?
Yeah, I think we've been fine in that area. This was another very physical game for sure. We had a lot of respect for their offense and how they were going to come at us. There's a lot of skill over there. They moved the puck very well. I think the physicality piece is something that I think that they probably turned up a notch or 2 tonight. And I thought our guys dealt with it well. That's whether it was the stuff during the play or stuff after whistles, whatever it is, I thought our guys handled that well. They also handled the emotions of all the penalties and, the oddities of the game. We dealt with that well and just stayed with it. So, you never want to get behind like we did, but we look at the picture, or look at the game, big picture, and step back a little bit. Power play wasn't nearly good enough for us early in the game, yet gets us a huge game that ends up turning it, or a huge goal that ends up turning the game. And, I thought we had a really good third period.
There's some frustration down the hall with the officiating. I'm wondering your perspective, in particular on the Goudas charging call, how you saw that.
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes things even themselves out. Sometimes things just even themselves out. I thought Auston Reese took a minor on Goudas for roughing when I think you could have very easily called the penalty the way that he hit Engvall. I mean, that's a pretty dangerous hit. It doesn't get called. Sometimes things equal themselves out in our game.